All right, we're going to start in just a couple minutes. We'll give a few more minutes for people to get in here. All right, let's get this thing started. Mike's here. Hello, Mike and Yoko. Welcome, Yoko. Well, Yoko, you get to watch your team play for a little bit till you have to leave for work, because that's the first game I'm going to do this afternoon. All right, it is. Welcome back to the Field of Dreams, Season 3. It is May 1st in the third season of the Field of Dreams. Let's take a quick look at the standings and the leaders. In the Wind Division, Lehigh leads San Fran by 4. In the Earth Division, Liverpool leads Long Island by 5.5. Over in the Water Division, Mid-Michigan leads Hadley Lake by a game and a half. And over in the Fire Division, Chicago is on top of Vegas by 4. Let's get some games played. And give me 1 minute. I got to mute these things so it doesn't keep popping up. Can't stand that. All right. Okay. So we're gonna auto play some games here until we get to the first game of the day. And so we'll start with D-Gens at Dallas. And the D-Gens drop one to Dallas 3-1. Kelly gets his first win of the season, and Rondone gets a loss. Chico's at Fort Lee. Chico's finally gets another win. Cone gets her second win of the season. Quintana loses his fourth. Over at Lancaster and Marshfield, Marshfield beats Lancaster 6-2. Lancaster keeps dropping towards the bottom of that division. Edmonton at St. Pete. Edmonton 6, St. Pete 4. Blankenship gets his third win while Davies drops his fourth. Welcome, Bernie. And let's get to our first game. It's going to be the Amazing Kitsoons at the Hadley Lake Hammers. We'll see if Will Toole can make it in today. Okay, here we are live at Turner Field, where the Amazing Kitsoons come in on a little bit of a winning streak, winning 8 of their last 10. Kurt Schilling will get the start for the Kitsoons. He's got 11 starts so far this year, and he's 3-5 with an ERA of 3.87. It's going to be his first time facing off against Hadley Lake. Noah Syndergaard will be on the mound for Lake. It's his first start of the year for Hadley Lake. He was traded in a trade recently and just got to Hadley Lake. So it is 79 degrees with a wind speed of 5 miles per hour in from right center field. Play ball! All right, let's take a quick look at the lineup for the Amazing Kitsoons. Leading it off will be Jimmy Rollins. Batting second, Rick Monday. Batting third will be Buddy Lewis. In the cleanup spot, Ryan Howard. Designated hitter John Kruk will be batting fifth. Mike Schmidt will be batting in the sixth spot. Batting seventh, Darren Dalton. Batting eighth, Jason Kipnis. And in the ninth hole, Coco Crisp. On defense for Hadley Lake, we have Ian Desmond in left field, Andre Dawson in center field, Bernie Williams in right field. On first is the hard-hitting George Sisler. Second base is Jimmy Bloodworth. Barry Larkin will be the shortstop. On third is Pete Rose. He's got some money on the game, I hear. Behind the plate catching is Chris Hoyles. And on the mound, of course, is Noah Syndergaard. First batter for the Amazing Kitsoons, Jimmy Rollins steps up to the plate with a 254 average so far this season. And let's get to the pitches. And this is into shallow center field. Dawson will come up and make that play for the first out. That'll bring up the second hitter for Kitsoons, Rick Monday, who comes in with a 364 average and 2 home runs. He's having a nice season. Let's see if he can keep that going. Syndergaard delivers the 1-2 pitch, and he strikes Monday out. And that will bring up a Buddy Lewis. Buddy Lewis has no average to show. He's only had 3 at-bats so far this season. So he's either filling in for an injury or came over on a recent trade and has just started playing for the Kitsoons. I'm not sure which it is. But he'll hit a bounder to Rose at third. He'll fire across the diamond to Sisler, and that'll be the third out. Kitsoons go down real quick, 1, 2, 3. We go to the bottom of 1. The lineup for the Hadley Lake Hammers looks like this. Barry Larkin leading it off. George Sisler batting second. Pete Rose batting third. Bernie Williams will bat fourth. Batting fifth will be Dixie Walker. Batting sixth, Ian Desmond. Andre Dawson will be batting seventh. Chris Hoyles eighth. And ending the lineup, second baseman Jimmy Bloodworth. On the field for the Kitsoons, we have Coco Crisp in left field, Rick Monday in center field, and Buddy Lewis in right field. Ryan Howard will be first baseman. Jason Kipnis, second baseman. Jimmy Rollins at shortstop. At third, we see Mike Schmidt. Behind the plate, catching Darren Dalton, and he'll be receiving the pitches from Kurt Schilling. He's going to face off first against Barry Larkin, leading off for the Hadley Lake Hammers, batting .229 so far this season. Here's the pitch, the 1-2 pitch to Larkin. And this is going to get a liner to Crisp, who'll make the grab for the first out. That brings up the hard-hitting first baseman, George Sisler, batting .265 this season. And here comes the hit. And this is a high fly ball into shallow center field. And Monday will come up and grab that one for the second out. Leading us to Pete Rose, who's batting third in the lineup. Comes in today with a .288 average. The 2-2 pitch to Rose, and he goes down on strike. So the Hammers go down just as quick as the Amazing Kitsoons went down. We go to the top of 2. Nothing has happened so far. Leading off for the Kitsoons, Ryan Howard with a .212 batting average and 11 home runs so far this season. And it's a big fly ball into right field, and it's back off the wall. Williams gets it. Can't get it to second in time. He'll get it to the cutoff. That's the third double of the season for Ryan Howard. So leadoff double for the Kitsoons, trying to get something going here early in the second. John Kruk will try and knock Howard around, batting .305 this season with 4 home runs and 15 RBIs. And it's a grounder to Rose, who will fire over to Sisler. Sisler will grab that one, and that'll be the first out. Howard remains at second. Mike Schmidt, he's under the 200 average with a 198 so far this season, but he does have 11 home runs. The 1-2 pitch, and this is going to get down into left field in front of Desmond. Howard will get to third and hold up Schmidt with a single. So Schmidt happened there, as Yoko would like to say. Darren Dalton will step up to the plate now, batting .172 with runners on the corners. Schmidt doesn't appear to be trying to steal here. And this is going to be a high fly ball in right field, and it is deep. And it is back, and it is off the wall. Dalton with a double knocks in Howard and Schmidt, double number 9, a 2 RBI double for Darren Dalton. So the Kitsoons now lead it by 2 here in the top of 2. And that brings up Jason Kipnis. He digs in with a .254 average. Waits for the pitch from Syndergaard. Syndergaard delivers, and it's a hard grounder to Sisler, who'll pick it up, cover the bag himself for the second out, but Dalton will advance to third. Coco Crisp now comes up, batting a 188. So we're seeing several hitters for the Kitsunes under the 200 average. But the Kitsunes draw early blood here. The full count to Crisp, and another hard grounder to Sisler, who'll pick that up and once again cover the bag. That'll be the third out, but not before 2 runs come across off of 3 hits for the amazing Kitsunes. We go to the bottom of 2. We're going to see Williams, Walker, and Desmond all hit this half inning for Hadley Lake. Bernie Williams has no average at all showing. So again, I think he may have come over on a trade. I'm not 100% sure. Schilling will deliver to Williams, who will hit a hard grounder to second. Kipnis fires over to 1 for the first out. Dixie Walker steps up, batting 328. He's in the 5 spot for the Hammers. Here's the 1-2 pitch, and it's a grounder to Kipnis again, who fires to Howard. Howard makes the grab for the second out. Ian Desmond comes in with no average. So we've either got some, again, I apologize. I don't remember all the trades that fly around in this league. They happen quite often and quite rapidly sometimes. So the pitch to Desmond, and he'll get this, a liner to the shortstop who made the grab. And that was the third out. So we go to the top of 3. The amazing Kitsunes still leading. Quick look at the chat. Aaron, welcome, Aaron. Aaron, I hope you're going to do some games this weekend. Love to see you get some more games in. Bernie was traded according to Mike. Okay, very good. Yeah, I know. I know they set him to 0, but sometimes you get these guys that come in for the first time, filling in for injuries or whatever too. All right, so for the Kitsunes, we're back to the top of the order. Jimmy Rollins. Here's the pitch, and this is another deep fly ball into right field, but Williams will grab that deep corner in right field to make the out in foul territory, bringing up Rick Monday. The first pitch to Monday. He bunts his way onto the base, and he's going to get there in time. Hoyle's not able to get to that ball in time to make the throw. So Monday reaches on a bunt. Lewis now digs in. Monday taking a little bit of a lead over there. Syndergaard checks him. Monday's on the run. The throw from Hoyles, and Monday is caught stealing. He's tagged out at second. Not quick enough with the throw from Hoyles. That's 2 outs now for the Kitsunes. Buddy Lewis steps up. He's still got 4 at-bats, no hits so far for Hadley Lake. This is going to be deep into right field, however, but Williams will get to that one and make the grab for the third out. We go to the bottom of 3. Amazing Kitsunes 2. Them Hadley Lake Hammers 0. Hadley Lake Hammers also yet to get a hit on the board. Dawson will lead it off for the Hammers, followed by Hoyles, and then the second baseman, Jimmy Bloodworth. The pitch to Dawson, and Dawson goes down on strikes. So the offensive woes will continue here in the bottom of 3 for the Hammers. Chris Hoyles with a 225 average steps in, and he goes down on strikes. So Schilling now, 3 strikes so far in the game, 2 in a row here in the bottom of 3. Will now face off against Jimmy Bloodworth, who is definitely not known for his hitting. Pitch to Bloodworth, and this is going to be a liner to Rollins at short. He'll make the grab for the third out. Hammers go down once again very quickly. 1, 2, 3. We go to the top of 4. Ryan Howard leads it off for the Kitsunes. He's already got a hit in this game. And here's the pitch to Howard. It's a bounder to Rose. Rose has to come up and throw. He makes the throw just in time to get that out at first. 1 out for John Kruk. The 3-1 pitch to Kruk. And Kruk gets walked by Syndergaard, leading us to Mike Schmidt, who's also got a hit already in the game. Kruk with a little bit of a lead, but he's not going anywhere. Schmidt with a hard shot down the line, down the left field line. Kruk will round second. Schmidt to 1. Kruk gets it to 3. Schmidt with a stand-up double, his 9th double of the season. So Kitsunes now have a man on second and third for Darren Dalton and only 1 out. Dalton also already has a hit in the game. He doubled off the wall his last at bat. Here's the pin. Full count to Dalton. And this is going to be a pop-up into foul territory. Bloodworth from second will give chase into foul territory. But I guess Kruk felt that wasn't deep enough over there for him to tag and make the scoring time. So now with 2 outs for Jason Kipnis. And runner still on second and third. The 2-0 pitch. Grounder to Bloodworth. He makes a fantastic play. Gets it over to Sisler for the third out. Great play number 10 by Jimmy Bloodworth. Will keep that an extra run from scoring and keep the Kitsoons from extending their lead. We go to the bottom of 4, where Barry Larkin, the leadoff man for the Hammers, takes the pitch and drives this one into left field, but this is going to go foul into the stands. Barry Larkin gets another chance at this one, facing the 1-2 pitch. And this is going to get down into center field in front of Monday for a base single. So a leadoff single, the first hit of the game for the Hammers here in the bottom of the 4th for George Sisler. Larkin taking a huge lead at first. Schilling give him a look. But Larkin is taking off. It's the throw. Oh, it's a bad throw that gets past Rollins at second into center field. Larkin gets around second and gets all the way to third off of that error. Terrible error, terrible timing error when you're leading by 2. Trying to keep that score, keep them from scoring now. George Sisler with the 0-1 count and that runner on third base. Here's the pitch. And this is going to get past Dalton. And Larkin is able to score on the passed ball by Dalton. So an error from Dalton on the throw, followed by a passed ball by Dalton, allows Hammers to get their first run across. What a terrible way to give up a run. Sisler still trying to get his way up. Here's a bounder to Schmidt. He comes up, makes the grab. It's going to be a close play at first. But he gets him in time. Howard makes the grab and gets him just in time. Sisler goes back to the bench. Speaking of bench, I'm sorry, it's Pete Rose. It's not Johnny Bench. It's Pete Rose. I got confused there thinking it was my team playing. Pete Rose is up to bat with 1 out. And it's a grounder, hard grounder to Kipnis at second. He fires to 1. Howard makes the grab for the second out, bringing Bernie Williams back up to bat. The 1-2 pitch to Williams. He goes down on strikes. That'll end the inning. But 1 run off of 1 hit and 1 error and 1 pass ball, I might add, brings the Hammers to within 1 of the amazing Kitsoons. Coco Crisp will lead it off for the Kitsoons. Then we ramp back around to the top of the lineup. Crisp takes the pitch and goes down on strikes by Syndergaard. That's the second strikeout for Syndergaard in the game. We go to the top of the lineup now. Jimmy Rollins, who's 0 for 2. High fly ball deep into center field. Dawson back towards the track, makes the grab. That'll be the second out. Rick Monday, he's 1 for 2 so far in the game. The righty Syndergaard who faces off against the lefty Rick Monday. And the pitch, and Monday goes down on strikes. That'll be the end of that inning as we go to the bottom of 5. For Dixie Walker, followed by Desmond and Dawson for the Hammers. Walker takes the 1-1 pitch. Grounder to Howard. He picks it up. That's a 3 unassisted for the first out. Ian Desmond back up to the plate. Pitches to Desmond. It's going to get into center field in front of Monday. That's a base hit. That's only the second hit of the game for the Hammers. A single with 1 out now here for Andre Dawson. Here's the 3-0 pitch to Dawson.
Dead ball!
And Dawson gets plunked by Schilling and will take his base when after the hit. Right in the midsection. He's holding his side a little bit, but he doesn't appear to be leaving the game. So now we have Desmond on second, Dawson on first for catcher Chris Hoyles. And 1 out. Schilling delivers to Hoyles, and Hoyles goes down on strike. That's the 5th strikeout for Curt Schilling. Curt Schilling have a nice outing here for the Kitsoons. Now faces off against Jimmy Bloodworth. Jimmy Bloodworth, oh, this is deep. Fly ball. You got to be kidding me. Jimmy Bloodworth with a 3 RBI home run. If I didn't see it with my own eyes, 352-footer, his first home run of the season. And if I had to put money down on it, I'd say maybe his last home run of the season. That brings up Barry Larkin, the leadoff man for the Hadley Lake Hammers. And just like that, the Hammers are ahead by 2 here in the bottom of 5. Larkin takes the pitch, and he gets walked by Schilling. So Schilling struggling now after giving up that home run. Walks the man. Faces off against Sisler. The pitch to Sisler. He gets a strike, though. He takes the pitch. Larkin did not steal the base. Maybe Larkin might have missed a call there. Sisler took the strike, and I guess Larkin decided he wasn't going anywhere. He does have a huge lead at first. Schilling will look at him, and there goes Larkin this time. This time Dalton fires, but Larkin is in under the tag for a stolen base. His 22nd of the season, his second of the day. George Sisler now facing the 0-2 count. And this is a fly ball into right field. Lewis gets under this one. Larkin, oh, that was the third out. I apologize. I thought that was only one out, but that was actually the third out as we go to the top of 6 now for Lewis and the Amazing Kitsoons, who led until the bottom of the 5th. Here's the pitch from Syndergaard to Lewis. Grounder to Bloodworth. Over to Sisler at first. That's the first out. Ryan Howard, who has 1 hit so far in the game. The pitch to Howard. He goes down on strikes. And that'll bring up John Kruk. The pitch to Kruk. Grounder to first. Sisler recovers. Syndergaard has to cover the bag. And Sisler gets it to Syndergaard for the third out. They go down quickly. We go to the bottom of 6. Pete Rose will lead it off for Hammers, followed by Williams and Walker. And here's the pitch to Rose, a hard grounder to Howard, who picked that up. Run it to the bag himself in plenty of time before Rose can get there for the first out. Bernie Williams takes the pitch from Schilling, and he goes down on strikes. Schilling gets his 6th strikeout of the game. Now faces off against Dixie Walker. Dixie Walker knocks the dirt off of his cleats, digs in. Here's the pitch to Walker. Oh, a hard grounder down the right field line. This is going to get all the way to the wall. Walker will round first. Lewis gives chase. And I am absolutely not sure what just happened there. That was a very strange. It was all the way to the wall. Walker with a stand-up double. I don't know what was going on around first. The chalkboard was showing like it was an error, but there was no error. And then Lewis ran it in from right field. I'm not really sure. That was confusion all the way around. But either way, it was a double for Walker here for the Hammers with 2 outs. And that brings up Ian Desmond. That was the most bizarre play I've seen in a while. Desmond with a high fly ball over Rollins' head at shortstop. Crisp will get to it. Walker rounds third, and he's going to come home. Crisp will throw to third and hold Desmond at first. A poor play by Coco Crisp. Probably maybe could have kept that man at third, but unfortunately because he bobbled it, he was able to come home. And now the Hammers lead by 3. Andre Dawson, who does not have a hit yet in the game. He's 0 for 1. Schilling will fire over to keep Desmond a little closer, a little more honest from trying to steal. Dawson's still waiting for the first pitch. Here's the pitch to Dawson. Fly ball into left field. Crisp to his left. He gets under that one. That'll be the third out. We go to the top of 7. So early on in the first 4.5 innings, it looked like the Kitsoons were in control, but the last few innings, a couple inning and a half, have gone to the Hadley Hammers, who have come alive. Syndergaard still on the mound with 100 pitches already here in the top of 7. Faces off against Mike Schmidt, who's 2 for 2. He's got a single and a double. And Sean Rodriguez is coming in to play third base. And Lee Smith is coming in to pitch. So they're replacing Syndergaard with Lee Smith, Let's take a quick look at Lee Smith. He's got 12 games. He's pitched 13 in the third inning, given up 11 hits. 6 of those were earned runs. 5 were home runs, 14 strikeouts, and no walks. He will face off against Mike Schmidt, who's 2 for 2. And this is a big, deep fly ball. This is going to be gone over left field wall. Schmidt with a home run. He is 3 for 3. He's got a single, a double, and a home run. He's a triple away from the cycle. 344-footer. Mike Schmidt is making sure Schmidt happens all over the field today. Darren Daulton, who does have a hit, but at lowly 176 batting average, now steps into the plate. And this is going to be a big hit by him into right field. But Williams gives chase and makes the grab deep in that corner in foul territory for the first out. Jason Kipnis, 0 for 2. The pitch to Kipnis, and he goes down on strikes. And that'll bring up Coco Crisp, the last batter of the lineup for the Hammers. The 1-1 pitch to Crisp. Into deep center field. Dawson back towards the track. Makes the grab before the track. It's the 7th inning stretch. All right, welcome to Steve Tate and Dwayne Martz. Welcome to the ballpark. Hope you guys enjoy the stream. Yoko made an announcement that he is going to try and make his streaming debut with the Field of Dreams either tomorrow or Monday. All right, quick recap. The Amazing Kitsunes have 6 hits, 3 runs, and 1 error. Have left 3 on base. The Adelaide Hammers have 5 hits, 5 runs, no errors, and have left 2 on base. Kitsunes trailing by 2 here in the bottom of 7. Hoyles, Bloodworth, and then wrapping it back around to Larkin for the Hammers. Here's the pitch to Hoyles, and this is a pop-up into foul territory. Schmidt gives chase, but into the stands. The 0-2 pitch now to Hoyles. And he goes down on strikes. That's the 7th strikeout now for Curt Schilling. 104 pitches so far in the game. Facing off against Bloodworth. Bloodworth with a big fly ball in left field. Crisp will get under this one for the second out. That brings up Barry Larkin at the top of the lineup for the Hammers. He is 1 for 2 so far in the game. Schilling delivers to Larkin. Larkin tried to bunt his way on ball, but that bunt his way on base, but the ball went foul. And my mouth couldn't keep up with what I was trying to say. The 0-2 pitch to Larkin. And a big pop-up behind the plate. Daulton gets under that one. That'll be the third out. We go to the top of 8. The Kitsunes running out of time here. They got 2 innings left to try and get 2 runs. They'll see the top of their lineup, though. Jimmy Rollins lead it off. And in comes Jim Sundberg to play catcher. And now Tom Henke is going to come in and pitch. Tom Henke's pitched in 4 games so far this season. 2 2/3 innings. He's only given up 1 hit and 1 earned run. He struck out 3 and walked 2. 338 average this season for Henke. To Rollins. Grounder to shortstop. Larkin comes over to his right to pick that up. Fires to Sisler in plenty of time. Gets the first out. Rick Monday back up. He had a hit way back in the first inning. Hasn't done much since. Takes the pitch from Henke. He tried to bunt his way on base and also knocked it foul. The 0-2 pitch to Monday. Oh, this is deep fly ball into right field. Williams off the wall. It's over Williams' head. Monday with a stand-up double. His 11th of the season. Williams just throws it back into the cutoff man, Bloodworth. So the Kitsunes do have that run, one of the runs they need right there on second in scoring position for Buddy Lewis. who faces one out and is still hitless so far for the Hammers with 6 at-bats. And Lewis is going to remain hitless as he goes down on strikes. Henke gets his first strikeout of the game. And now in comes Ryan Howard. He's 1 for 3 in this game. He's got 11 home runs and 37 RBIs. Can he knock Monday around? And it's a hard grounder to Sisler. He'll pick it up, cover the bag himself. That'll be the third out. No score for the Kitsunes. We go to the bottom of 8. Sisler, Rodriguez, and Williams will all see an at-bat here for Hadley Lake Hammers. The pitch to Sisler. Sisler deep into center field. Monday gives chase back towards the track to make the grab for the first out. Sean Rodriguez. Sean Rodriguez comes in as a defensive replacement. He has played in 31 games. He's got a 197 average. My apologies, 197 average so far this season. Here's the pitch to Rodriguez, and he's going to get a hit. This is going to get past Rollins at shortstop and into left field. Chris will come up and field it. Rodriguez with a 1-out single for Bernie Williams. The 0-2 pitch to Williams, a grounder to Kipnis. Kipnis to Rollins. Rollins cannot turn the double play. Williams will reach on a fielder's choice. 2 outs for Dixie Walker. Williams on first, taking a little bit of a lead. And there goes Williams. Dalton throws to Rollins. And Williams caught stealing. So we've seen a few people caught stealing in this game today. And that'll be the third out for the Hammers. We go to the top of 9. The Kitsunes are down to their last chance here, their last 3 outs to try and tie this game up. Kruk will lead it off for the Kitsunes. He is hitless so far in this game, and here's the pitch to Kruk, and this is going to be a grounder towards second base. Bloodworth will get to it, fires to Sisler for the first out. Mike Schmidt looking for the triple to complete his cycle for the day. Mike Schmidt lined a single, doubled off the wall, and then hit a solo homer. Needs a triple for the cycle. Is it going to happen? Henke delivers to Schmidt.
Strike 3.
And Schmidt goes down on strikes. That's not the type of cycle. That was a unicycle. It's not the cycle he wanted. Darren Dalton, they're down to their last out. Darren Dalton, who does have a hit. He's 1 for 3 in the game. The 0-2 pitch. He goes down on strikes. So Henke ends that on a couple of strikeouts, big strikeouts. The Hammers beat the amazing Kitsunes, who looked in control of this game at the very beginning. 5-3 Hammers over the Kitsunes. Let's stretch this out so this looks a little bit better. There we go. Monday goes 2 for 4 for the Kitsunes. And of course, Schmidt went 3 for 4 with a home run, a double, a single. And over here for the Hammers, who were hitless through the first 4.5 innings, Desmond went 2 for 3. Bloodworth went 1 for 3, but he got that big home run, which is still a shocker. Schilling went the distance, 8 full innings. And they're going to give the MVP to Tom Henke, who came in. It's an interesting choice, I guess. Did come in and close out that game, but yeah, I'm not sure that he deserved that, in my opinion, but what the hell do I know? All right, let's continue on. Long Island at T-ville. Long Island takes T-ville 7-6. Law with his second win, and Ruth, that's his first loss of the game, but it looks like it might have been his, he's just 0-1, so it's his first decision, too, of this season on the mound. Bell goes 4 for 6 with a double, though, and that was a 12-inning game. Hagerstown at Cleveland. Hagerstown 8, Cleveland 6. Butcher with his 4th win. Sanchez with his 3rd loss. Frisch 5 for 5. Lehigh at Manchester. Lehigh beats Manchester 6-2. Brown gets his first win of the season for Lehigh. Greinke gets his first loss. And Canada at Vegas. Canada 3, Vegas 2. Alexander gets his 6th win. He's 6-7 for the year. And Barnett goes 1-1. Let's go to the second day. Give me 1 second here, please. Jamie, welcome to the ballpark. Let's see. We got some people here. I was going to do the Chicago Mid-Michigan game, but we got people here that can watch some games. So let's see what we can do. Well, I'll tell you what. We're going to... Yeah, let's go ahead and auto. I was going to play that. Well, we're going to auto all that. Mid-Michigan beats Chicago 8-2. Reinhardt goes 6-4. Rogers 3-5 on the season. Altuve goes 3 for 5 with a home run and 5 RBIs. Lancaster beats Marshfield 2-1. Tony 8-3 for the season. Schumacher 3-8. Dallas drops one to Fort Lee 5-4. Wilson gets his first win. Bedrosian his first loss. Ramos goes 4 for 4 with a home run and a double. Another Chicago and Mid-Michigan. Mid-Michigan takes Chicago again, 4-3. Davinsky gets his first win. Cooper his fourth loss. Gregerson gets his 7th save of the season. So that's going to tighten up that fire division a little bit with Chicago dropping 2. Florence takes Brooklyn 3-0. Wilson goes 3-6 for the season. Whitehill also 3 for 6. Edmonton at St. Pete. St. Pete 2, Edmonton 1. Darvish goes 2-4. Ruffling goes to 3-3. Sutter gets the save. Let's see, amazing Kitsunes at Hadley Lake, and Hadley takes a second one from Kitsunes 3-1. White 4-6. Miller 2-2. Dawson goes 2 for 3 with a home run and 2 RBIs. Long Island at T-ville. Ooh, a big win by T-ville, 12-3 over Long Island. Johnson goes 3 for 4 for the season. Bumgardner looked like a bum out there going 3 for 4 for the season. Musil goes 3 for 5 and a home run and 2 RBIs. Let's do Hagerstown at Cleveland. I haven't called a Hagerstown game this year, and I think Dwayne might still be here. I'm not sure. All right. I don't remember having the full version of that song in the game, but there it was. It gave me a chance to take a little break and get some drinks there. And I didn't want to cut it off because I felt unpatriotic if I did. All right. We are at the Rogers Center tonight. Hagerstown and Cleveland. Cleveland has lost 5 straight. Ouch. Warren Spahn will take the mound for Hagerstown. He's got 10 starts. He's 6-5 with an ERA of 4.94. It's his first start against Cleveland. J.A. Happ will be on the mound for Cleveland. He's got 1 start on the year with no decision and an ERA of 0. It's his first start against Hagerstown. Hagerstown's right fielder, Hank Aaron, is running a 14-game hitting streak, so we'll try to remember to keep our eye on that. It is 67 degrees. We're on the 1st of June, and it's 67 degrees with a wind speed of 3 miles per hour. In from left center field, I might add. The lineup for Hagerstown. Honus Wagner will lead it off. Sandy Leone will bat second. Hank Aaron batting third. Eddie Matthews in the cleanup spot. Mookie Betts will bat fifth. Batting sixth, designated hitter Hanley Ramirez. Dale Murphy at 7th spot. Batting 8, Joe Adcock. And finishing out the lineup, is Glenn Beckert. For defense, for the Indians, we have Jim Rice in left field, Ellis Burke in center field, and Roberto Clemente in right field. Bill Terry at first, Frankie Frisch at second, Travis Jackson at short, Vinny Castilla at third. Looks like where he's standing right now. He's almost in the outfield. Behind the plate catching will be Carlton Fisk and J.A. Happ on the mound. I apologize. I did not realize I did not have one of Mike Silva's wonderful photos in here. I don't want to stop the stream to set that up if it's not set up, so I'm going to go with this photo. But I promise you Mike's was probably way better than what we're seeing here. Wagner will lead it off for Hagerstown with a .319 average on the season. And here's the pitch from Happ to Wagner. And this is into center field. Burks will come up to grab this one for the first out. Sandy Leon batting a .382 average. Will now step up to the plate. Here is the 2-2 pitch to Leon. Deep into left field. Rice gives chase towards the track and makes a great play. That's his first great play of the season near the wall. It was a diving catch near that track for that second out. And that brings up Hank Aaron, 265 on the season, 11 home runs so far this year. And Hank Aaron takes the base on a walk by Happ. And Eddie Matthews, the cleanup spot, batting .256. He's got 8 home runs and 33 RBIs. Hank Aaron taking a little bit of a lead. But we have a lefty on the mound, so we'll see how that goes. Hank Aaron kind of off, and this is going to get down in front of Clemente in the right field. Aaron round second. He's to 3. Clemente back, gets it into the cutoff at Frisch. Matthews will hold at 1. Aaron holds at third. So with runners on the corners and 2 outs for Mookie Betts, batting .200 this season with 2 RBIs. The 1-2 pitch. High fly ball into shallow center. Burks will come up, make the grab. That'll be the third out. 1 hit, no runs. We go to the bottom of 1. The lineup for the Cleveland Indians. Frankie Frisch will lead it off. Roberto Clemente batting second. Bill Terry batting third. In the cleanup spot, designated hitter Andres Galarraga. Vinny Castilla will bat 5th. Jim Rice 6th. Ellis Burke in the 7th spot. Batting 8th, catcher Carlton Fisk. And closing out the lineup, Travis Jackson. On defense for the Hagerstown team, we have Mookie Betts in left field, Dale Murphy in center field, Hank Aaron in right field. We've got Joe Adcock at first, Glenn Beckert second, Honus Wagner shortstop, Eddie Matthews at third. Behind the plate, receiving the pitches will be Sandy Leon, and he'll be taking those from Warren Spahn. Frankie Frisch will lead it off for the Indians. He is batting a .302 with 5 home runs so far this year. And the pitch to Frisch. Big, deep fly ball into left field. Betts back to the track. Makes the grab for the first out. That brings up Roberto Clemente batting .300. So far this year, the pitch to Clemente. Fly ball into center field. Murphy to his left. Makes the grab. A fantastic play. Another diving stop by Dale Murphy, or another diving stop by a defensive player to make that grab. That brings up Bill Terry, batting .299. Pitch to Terry, and this is going to get down in front of Murphy in center field. Terry will get a single with 2 outs for the designated hitter, Andre Galarraga, who's batting .275 and has 13 RBIs so far this season. The 1-1 pitch. Galarraga, it's a grounder to Wagner. He'll pick it up, toss it over to second to get that lead runner out for the third out. We go to the top of 2. That half inning looked very familiar, very similar to the top of the inning. 1 hit, no runs. Ramirez, Murphy, and Adcock all due up for Hagerstown. Ramirez, batting 263 for the Braves, will come in. Takes the pitch, and he goes down on strikes from Happ. Happ with his first strikeout of the game. Now comes Dale Murphy. Dale Murphy batting 230 with 9 home runs. Happ delivers to Murphy. This is going to get, a liner to Castillo, who has to kind of jump up to get that one, but he does make the grab for the second out. Joe Adcock comes up with a 317 average. The 1-2 pitch to Adcock. This is going to go grounder down the right, down the first baseline into foul territory. So Adcock gets another chance at this one. The 1-2 pitch to Adcock. And this is going to get down into center field. Oh, Burks is bobbling the ball, so Adcock gets to round first and gets all the way to second, thanks to that error by Burks. Unable to clean that, field that one cleanly, and that's a double with 2 outs for Glenn Beckert, the last batter of the lineup for the Braves. He is batting a 316, but only has 5 RBIs so far this year. The pitch to Beckert. Oh, a hard grounder. Happ has to come off the mound and field that one. Gets it to first on time, and that'll be the third out. We go to the bottom of 2. Castillo will lead it off for the Cleveland Indians. He comes in with a 264 average. And it's going to get down into right field between second and first. Aaron will come up, field it, get the ball back in, but Castillo with a leadoff single for Jim Rice. Jim Rice must have come over either. Here we go. I don't remember Dwayne making a trade, but he has no average, so maybe he's just making his first start. Jim Rice, a grounder to Adcock. Adcock will pick it up, carry it back to the bag. Castillo makes it to 2. So with 1 out, Castillo at second. Ellis Burks up to bat with a whopping 0.63 batting average. To Burks. Well, he just increased his batting average. That gets down into right field in front of Hank Aaron. Puts Burks on first. Castillo at third. 1 out for Carlton Fisk, who's batting 204 and has 4 RBIs. The pitch to Fisk. High fly ball into center field. Murphy will get under this one. Can Castillo tag and go? He does. He'll score. Murphy throws it back into Wagner at short. And that is the first run of the game. The Indians now lead 1-0. Travis Jackson, the last batter for Cleveland, steps up with Burks at first. Jackson with no average. He's only got 4 at-bats so far this season for the Braves. I'm sorry, for the Cleveland, excuse me. That's going to get down into left field over Wagner's head. Betts will catch that one, or field that one. Burks will round second and make it all the way to 3. Runners on first and third now for Frisch. Back at the top of the batting order for Cleveland. Here's the pitch to Frisch. It's a grounded to Wagner. Wagner will throw it over to Beckert. That'll be the third out. We go to the top of 3. Let me get a drink and clear my throat. All right. Here at the top of 3, Hagerstown 0, Indians 1. We're at the top of the lineup, though, for Hagerstown. And that's Honus Wagner. There's the pitch to Honus. And Honus goes down on strikes for the first out, bringing Sandy Leone up to the plate. Sandy Leone with a fantastic 375 average so far this year. Whoops, I don't have any clue what happened there. And there, okay, here we go. Let's try this again for the third time. There we go. Leone with a bounder down to third. Castillo picks it up, fires in time. Terry at first for the second out. Hank Aaron. A grounder to Castillo at third. He fires all the way across the diamond. Oh, no, it's a bad throw. It's an error by Vinny Castillo. Throwing error, his third of the season. Hank Aaron reaches on an error with 2 outs. bringing Eddie Matthews up. Eddie Matthews, who's 1 for 1. He lined a single between first and second his last at bat.
Balk!
And a balk by Happ. Well, we're seeing a little bit of everything here. Aaron will take second off of that balk. And here comes the pitch to Matthews. Matthews with a grounder to Jackson. Jackson to Terry at first in time to get Matthews for the third out. We go to the bottom of 3. Clemente, Terry, and Galarraga all due up for the Indians. Here's the 1-1 pitch to Clemente. High, deep fly ball in left field. Betts towards the line. Makes the grab for the first out. Bill Terry, he's 1 for 1 so far in the game. Here's the pitch to Terry, and Terry goes down on strikes. That's the first strikeout by Spahn. Here and we're in the top of the third. He's now facing off against Galarraga. Galarraga 0 for 1. Here's the pitch. High, deep, into left field. Betts back, makes the grab. That'll be 3. That was a quick inning. We go on as we're going to see Betts, Ramirez, and Murphy all lead it off for Hagerstown here in the top of 4. Betts goes down on strikes. The third strikeout for Happ this game. Bringing up Hanley Ramirez. Happ delivers Ramirez. Ramirez into left field. Rice will take a few steps up. Makes that grab easy. That'll be the second out. Dale Murphy now standing at the plate. The 1-2 pitch, and he goes down on strikes. We go to the bottom of 4. That was another quick half inning. As we'll see now, Castilla, Rice, and Burks all due up for the Indians. Spahn delivers to Castilla. Castilla with a fly ball into center field. Murphy has to come up and to his right to make that grab for the first out. The pitch to Jimmy Rice. Rice, deep fly ball into center field. Murphy to his left. He makes another grab for the second out. Murphy getting some activity out there in center field as Burks steps up. Burks 1 for 1. He lined a single his last at bat. This time he gets walked. So with 2 outs, the Indians have a runner on first for Carlton Fisk, who had a sac fly his last at bat. Spahn with a grounder up the center. Wagner will come over and field it in time to get it to Adcock for that third out. We go to the top of 5. Cleveland 4, Hagerstown 0. I'm sorry. Hagerstown. I'm sorry. Let's start this all over again. Cleveland 1, Hagerstown 0. It's 4 hits for the Cleveland Indians and 2 hits for Hagerstown. I'll get it right yet. Adcock to lead it off for Hagerstown. He is 1 for 1 so far. Grounder towards first. Happ comes off the mound and is able to field that one and get it to Terry for the first out. That brings up Beckert, the bottom of the lineup for Hagerstown. Here's the pitch. A grounder to Jackson at short. He fires to Terry. Terry makes the grab. That's the second out. Honus Wagner, we're back at the top of the lineup here for the Hagerstown Braves. And this is going to get a hard liner to Clemente in right field, who's able to glove that one for the third out. We go to the bottom of 5. The last batter in the lineup for Cleveland, Travis Jackson, to lead it off. Jackson is 1 for 1 and a hard liner to Betts in left field for the first out. That brings up Frankie Frisch. We're back at the top of the lineup for Cleveland. Frisch is 0 for 2. The first pitch from Spahn to Frisch. High pop-up into center field. Murphy comes up to grab that one for the second out. Roberto Clemente, who's also 0 for 2 so far in the game. 0-2 pitch to Clemente. He fouls this one. And we'll get to swing again. Spahn delivers. Grounder past Beckert at second. This is going to get between first and second. Aaron will come up and field it. Clemente with a single with 2 outs. For Bill Terry, who's batting .303 with 16 RBIs this year. He's 1 for 2 this game. The pitch to Terry. Hard grounder to Wagner. Shortstop. He's going to pick it up. He's going to run it to the bag himself and get that lead runner for the third out. We go to the top of 6. Leon, Aaron, and Matthews all due up for the Braves. Happ delivers to Leon. This is going to get into left field. Rice will come up to pick it up, but Leon with a leadoff single for Hagerstown. Hank Aaron is 0 for 1 so far in the game. He's got 48 RBIs and 11 home runs. Leon appears to be no threat to steal. Fisk will go out and talk to Happ. Happ delivers the full count, and Aaron with a liner to Castilla for the first out. All right, that brings up left-handed hitter Eddie Matthews to face off now against the left-handed pitcher J.A. Happ. Leon still no threat to steal. He's got about 4 inches off that plate. Here's the pitch. Matthews, high fly ball in center field. Burks makes the grab. That'll be 2. Leon is going nowhere. Mookie Betts now up to bat with 2 outs. 0 for 2 in this game. The pitch to Mookie, and he goes down on strikes. Oh, so that leadoff single went nowhere for Hagerstown. As we go to the bottom of 6, Cleveland will see Galarraga, Castilla, and Rice this half of the inning. Yoko says he's off to work. Well, good luck, Yoko. Have safe travel. I know you take a long time to get where you need to go. Slashed, welcome to the ballpark. Grounded to third by Galarraga. Across the diamond, Adcock for the first out. Vinny Castilla, 1 for 2. Waits for the pitch from Spahn. High fly ball left field. Betts near the foul line will make this grab in left field for the second out. Jim Rice, 0 for 2 so far in the game with 2 outs. The pitch to Rice, high fly ball into left field. Betts gives chase all the way back to the track, makes the grab. That's 3. We go to the top of 7. It's still a 1-0 ball game. The Indians over the Braves. Ramirez will lead it off for the Braves. Ramirez 0 for 2 so far in the game. Here's the 2-0 pitch. Hard shot by Ramirez into left center field. Gets to the wall, allowing Ramirez to turn 1 and get a stand-up double, his 13th of the season. So a leadoff double here in the top of 7 for Hagerstown. Their leadoff single went nowhere. Let's see what happens with this leadoff double. Dale Murphy will step up. He is 0 for 2. Happ with 106 pitches already here in the top of 7. Still on the mound. Delivers to Murphy. Murphy, high, deep, fly ball left field. This is going to go over the wall. It is gone. A 2 RBI shot for Murphy. Puts the Hagerstown Braves up by 1. A 332-footer. The Braves now lead the Indians 2-1. And that brings up Adcock to face off now against Happ, who still stays on the mound with 108 pitches so far in this game. Adcock 1 for 2. Happ is staying out there, and he'll deliver. He walks. So we're waiting for that manager now with 113 pitches. Happ has given up a home run and a walk here. How much longer are they going to keep him on the mound? Well, he's going to face off right now against Glenn Beckert. And he stays out there. Beckert with a grounder to Jackson. Jackson to Frisch, but Frisch is unable to turn the double play in time. Gets the lead runner for the first out. Beckert makes it to first on the fielder's choice. We're back to the top of the lineup for Hagerstown now. Honus Wagner. So it's not going to get any easier for Happ. When will he get pulled is the question. Well, that question was just answered as the manager calls timeout to bring in Jason Greeley. Greeley has 17 games so far this season, 18 2/3 innings pitched. He's allowed 17 hits and 17 earned runs, 2 home runs, 19 strikeouts, 19 walks with an 8.20 ERA. Well, if that is coming off out of your bullpen in a game where you're losing by 1, that's not looking too good. Wagner takes it, drives it into left field. Rice gives chase to the line, makes the grab. Beckert going nowhere, stays at first now. 2 outs for Sandy Leon. Sandy Leon 1 for 3 in the game. Beckert with a big lead at first. And a high fly ball into center field. Burks to his right makes the grab. That's 3. We go to the 7th inning stretch. All right, we're at the bottom of 7, where Hagerstown leads Cleveland 2-1. Both teams with 5 hits. Indians, however, have 2 errors. Hagerstown have left 6 on base. The Indians have left 5 on base. Burks, who's 1 for 1 in the game, will lead it off for Cleveland. And it's a grounder towards 1. Spahn will come off the bag. I'm sorry, off the mound to cover the bag. Toss to Spahn, gets that first out. Fisk 0 for 1. Now up for Cleveland. The 1-2 pitch into right field in front of Aaron. Aaron cannot get up to it in time. That is a single for Fisk, as Travis Jackson, the 9th batter in the lineup for Cleveland, comes up, batting 1 for 2 so far in this game. Fisk with a chance to steal. Leon is going to walk out and talk to Spahn. Spahn delivers. It's a grounder into foul territory, down foul, third base foul territory line. So Jackson now with the 0-2 pitch, 0-2 count against him, gets another chance at this one. Fisk went nowhere. Doesn't look like he's going to go anywhere right now either. Spahn delivers to Jackson. This is going to get down in front of Murphy into center field. And that's a single for Jackson as we go to the top of the lineup. Cleveland not giving up that easy. Gave up the lead in the last inning, but they are trying to respond here. Tying run at second for Frisch, Frankie Frisch, who's 0 for 3 in the game. Spahn with 89 pitches. Delivers to Frisch. It's a grounder to Wagner. Wagner to Beckert. Not turning the double play in time. He throws to first, but not before Frisch gets there. That's the second out now with runners on the corners for Roberto Clemente, who is 1 for 3. Spahn to Clemente. Clemente high into shallow right field. And Aaron comes up, will make that grab for the third out as we go to the top of 8. Speaking of Aaron, he'll lead it off for Hagerstown. Now, Hank Aaron came in on that 14-game hitting streak and looking for a hit in this game. He's running out of time to keep that hitting streak alive and extending it, and this could do it. No, it's a liner to Jackson at short who'll make the grab. Hank Aaron's got to hope he can get one more chance at this to keep that streak going. Eddie Matthews, 1 for 3 in this game. And we got another call from to the bullpen from the manager. Frank Owen now coming in for Cleveland. He's got 9 games. He's actually started 8 games, 53 innings pitched. He's given up 64 hits, 38 earned runs, 10 home runs. Struck out and walked 15 each, and has an ERA of 6.45. He's on the mound to face off against Eddie Matthews. The pitch to Matthews into center field. Burks to his left makes the grab for the second out. Bringing up Mookie Betts. Mookie Betts is 0 for 3. Struck out his last at bat. Let's take a look. In fact, he flied to shallow right center, then struck out twice. Mookie looking more like Dookie. The pitch to Betts. Oh, this is a base hit. This is going to get between second and third. Rice will come up. There's a hit for Betts. He keeps the inning alive for Hanley Ramirez, who's 1 for 3. Owens delivers to Ramirez. It's a grounder to Castillo. He has to come up field. This is going to be a close play at first. Ramirez beats it out for an infield single. Wow. An infield single for Ramirez. Castillo was unable to come up and field that one in time. Betts now standing at second. Murphy comes up batting 1 for 3. Looking to extend their lead with that runner on second. Here's the pitch to Murphy. Fly ball into center field. Burks to his right. He makes the grab. That'll be the third out. 2 hits for Hagerstown, but they were unable to extend that lead. We go to the bottom of 8. Bill Terry leads it off for Cleveland. He's 1 for 3 in this game, but he goes down on strikes there from Spahn. Spahn with his second strikeout of the game, now with 104 pitches so far. He's going to face up against Andres Galarraga, who is 0 for 3 in the game. It's a grounder towards second. Wagner will come and field this one. Throws it to Adcock. It was a close play, but they got him just in time for the second out. And that brings up Vinny Castilla, the 5th batter in the lineup for Cleveland. He is 1 for 3. Trying to keep this inning alive. Grounder towards second. This time Beckert will cover this one. And throws to first. That's gloved for the third out. We go to the top of 9. 2-1 ball game. It's a close one. Braves over the Indians. Adcock to lead off for the Braves. He's 1 for 2. And here's the pitch to Adcock. And now he's 2 for 3 because this is going to get down into right center field. And Adcock is trying to stretch this out to a double, and he does. Gets in under the tag, his 5th double of the season. A leadoff double for Adcock. Having a great game. Brings up Glenn Beckert, last batter in the lineup. Here's the pitch to Beckert. And this is going to get down into left field. Rice will makes a poor play on the ball, but Adcock still holds up at 3. Beckert with a single. And we're back to the top of the lineup. So Hank Aaron looks like, unless there's a double play, may get another chance at this. Maybe the team's trying to keep it alive to give him that shot. Wagner 0 for 4. It's unusual stat for Wagner to go 0 for 4. And he's going to go 0 for 5 as Jackson fields it, gets it to Frisch. Gets the the runner from first. Wagner will reach on the fielder's choice, but the run comes across off that hit from Wagner. And now we go to Sandy Leone. 1 for 4. Wagner at first. Hagerstown now leads by 2. Here's the pitch to Owens. Wagner's off and running, and he steals the base. That takes the double play out of the equation. Stolen base number 16 for Honus Wagner. The 0-1 pitch to Leone. And they're going to intentionally walk him for Hank Aaron. So this is it. This is Hank Aaron's probably his last chance to get his hit in this game to keep that streak going. Crowd on their feet. The 1-0 pitch. Big deep fly ball in center field, but Burks is going to get under that one for that out. Wagner will tag and make it to third. Aaron is not going to extend that hitting streak. Matthews now up 1 for 4 in the game with runners on first and third and 2 outs. Owens delivers to Matthews. This is going to get down in front of Clemente. No, it was a liner. Clemente makes a beautiful diving play to make that third out in right field. That would have been another run score. So kudos to Clemente for making that out. We go to the bottom of 9. Cleveland trailing by 2, down to their last 3 outs to try and get this game at least extended. Rice to lead it off for Cleveland. He is 0 for 3. This is a grounder to Wagner. Wagner to first. Adcock gloves that to make the first out. Bringing up Ellis Burks, who's 1 for 2 in the game. The 2-0 pitch to Burks. This is going to get down into left center field. Betts will come over and field it, but a single for Burks as Carlton Fisk steps up. He's 1 for 2 today. Spahn will throw over to first to try and keep Burks honest and keep him a little closer to first base. And it looked like that may have worked because Burks is holding tighter on first, not taking as big of a leadoff. Here's the delivery to Fisk. Fisk will drive this one into the stands. down third baseline. The 2-2 pitch now to Fisk. And Fisk goes down on strikes from Spahn. Spahn stays on the mound. 117 pitches so far in the game. 3 strikeouts and 1 walk. 1 strikeout away from ending the game. And that's Travis Jackson. Now, Travis Jackson, the last batter for Cleveland in their lineup. But he is batting 2 for 3 today. 286 for the season. So it is not over yet. Here's the 2-0 pitch. Jackson drives this one to the left field. It is very high, but Betts back to the wall will make the grab. Hagerstown over Cleveland, 3-1. The Braves, I don't know if I should say this, but the Braves scalped the Indians, 3-1. I don't think I should have said that. All right, let's take a quick look. 9 hits for Hagerstown, 3 runs. 8 hits for Cleveland, 1 run. Cleveland also with 2 errors. Batting for Hagerstown, well, Ramirez went 2 for 4, and Murphy went 1 for 4, but did get the home run. Over for Cleveland, well, Burks went 2 for 3, and Jackson went 2 for 4, had a good game this game. Spahn went the full distance, only allowing 8 hits, 1 earned run, 1 walk, and 3 strikeouts. So a good outing by Spahn. Let's see if he gets the MVP. And there it is, MVP Warren Spahn. So congratulations to Hagerstown. That was a good game. I enjoyed that one. Let's continue and see where we're at. Lehigh at Manchester. Lehigh 3, Manchester 1. Donahue gets his 7th win of the season. Webb with his 6th loss. Lehigh seems to be on a nice winning streak here. We are going to go ahead and do, I think we're going to go ahead and do Canada at Vegas, because those 2 teams are battling against Chicago, who's dropped a couple here. So the winner of this game is going to get a little closer to Chicago. So let's watch these 2 teams play. Okay, we're at Dodger Stadium tonight between the Canada A's and the Vegas Stars. Vegas has won just 2 of their last 10. Oh, they've struggled their last 10. Hal Newhouser will start for Canada. He's made 13 starts in the year. He's 7-5 with an ERA of 3.13. It's his first start against Vegas. Joe Benz, no relation to Mercedes, will make his first start in the year. He's 2-0. Wait a minute. That's his first. Okay, he's made 1 start on the year. I'm sorry. He's 2-0. Okay, he's made 1 start, but he is 2-0. He got I guess he came in and relieved and got a win. He's got an ERA, though, of 5.40. It is his first start against Canada. Canada right fielder Tony Gwynn. We have another player running a 14-game hitting streak. Let's hope I'm not a hitting streak killer when I broadcast these games. It's 82 degrees, wind speed 3 miles per hour in from left field. The lineup for the Canada A's. Tony Gwynn leads it off, followed by Billy Sullivan. Sam Chapman at batting 3rd. Albert Pujols will be batting 4th. Al Kaline will be batting 5th. Mark McGwire in the 6th spot. Gene Segura in the 7th spot. Ken Boyer in the 8th spot. And rounding out the lineup, Eddie Stanky. On the field for the Stars, in left field, Max Carey. Center field, Cesar Cedeno. Right field, Nelson Cruz. Orlando Cepeda at first. At second is Bobby Richardson. Shortstop, Jim Fregosi. At third is our web gem, Evan Longoria. Behind the plate catching, Ray Fosse. And of course on the mound, Joe Benz. He'll face off first against Tony Gwynn. Tony Gwynn comes in batting .270 for the season and 2 home runs. Gwynn is on that 14-game hitting streak. Here's the pitch to Gwynn. And And that hitting streak is extended. Gwynn with a leadoff single knocks it into center field. It lands in front of Cedeno. And that brings up Billy Sullivan. Billy Sullivan batting .278 with only 3 RBIs so far this year. Benz with the 0-1 pitch. Gwynn is off and running. It was a hit and run. Richardson's going to feel this one off the grounder at second to Cepeda to get the batter, but the leadoff runner will make it to second for Sam Chapman. Sam Chapman batting .290 and 34 RBIs. He's also got 15 home runs, so far this year. The pitch to Chapman. Chapman takes this one to the left field. This is going to get down in front of Carey. Carey comes up, fields it. Gwynn to third. Will hold there. Chapman with a single. So 2 hits so far for Canada A's. We got men at first and third for Albert Pujols. Pujols with 14 home runs this year, but only a .282 average for him. Let's see what the manager decides to do. Benz will deliver to Pujols. Pujols grounded to Fregosi. And an error by Jim Fregosi allows Gwynn to score, and Chapman gets it to second. Ooh, that's a terrible error by second baseman Fregosi. Ouch. So Canada with a run now, and runners on first and second for Al Kaline. 1 out, .223 average for Kaline, 6 home runs, 24 RBIs. Benz delivers to Kaline, and he strikes him out. That's the first strikeout of the game for Benz. Coming against Al Kaline. Mark McGuire batting .294 this season, 1 home run and 3 RBIs. Those runners still on first and second, And it's a grounder to Fregosi. This time Fregosi gets it to Richardson. Richardson unable to turn. Oh, that was the third out. I thought for some reason there was 1 out. So that was the third out. And now we go to the bottom of 2. Let's take a quick look at the lineup for the Vegas Stars. Cesar Cedeno will lead it off for the Stars, followed by Max Carey. Orlando Cepeda batting third. In the cleanup spot, designated hitter David Ortiz. Nelson Cruz batting fifth. Evan Longoria batting sixth. In the 7th spot, Ray Fosse batting 8th. Jim Fregosi. And rounding out that lineup, second baseman Bobby Richardson. On the field for the Canada A's, Al Kaline is in left field. Sam Chapman in center field. Tony Gwynn in right field. Albert Pujols at first. Eddie Stanky at second. Shortstop, Gene Segura. Ken Boyer is at third. Behind the plate, receiving the pitches tonight is Billy Sullivan. And on the mound, Hal Newhouser. Real quick, this is one of Mike Silva's stadiums. If anybody happens to pass by this broadcast and you're not a member of our Discord, get these stadiums that Mike put together. If you watched the last game, you'll see how much nicer these look than the actual photos. And a lot of these pictures and these cards have been put together by one of our commissioners, Steve Tate, who does a fantastic job putting these cards together. And here's, like, for instance, Newhouser's card up here in the top left. So thank you to both of them for making this league more fun than it already is. All right, Cesar Cedeno will lead it off for the Vegas Stars, batting .259 and 7 home runs so far this year. Newhouser delivers the 1-1 pitch. Cedeno drives this one into center field. Chapman back towards the track for the first grab and the first out. Max Carey now up, .243 average. Here's the pitch to Carey, and he goes down on strikes. Newhouser with the first strikeout of the game. Now to face off against Orlando Cepeda. Orlando Cepeda batting a nice .302 average this season. 3 home runs. The pitch to Cepeda. Oh, a hard shot down the left field line all the way to the wall. Cepeda rounds first. He's got to get a stand-up double. His 16th double of the season so far here at the beginning of May. So with 2 outs and a man on second, David Ortiz gets a chance to drive in the tying run. He's batting .254. He's got 9 home runs and 19 RBIs. The pitch to Ortiz. He goes down on strikes. That was the second strikeout against the Stars, and that will end the inning. We go to the top of 2 for batters 7, 8, and 9 for the Canada A's. Gene Segura to lead it off, 282, 7 home runs, 19 RBIs. Segura takes the pitch. He'll take this one into right field. Cruz all the way to the corner, makes the grab for the first out. Nice solid shot, but Cruz able to get to that one. For Ken Boyer now, batting 222, 10 home runs this season. One thing you can always count on is a lot of home runs by the Canada A's batters. Sean loves his hitters. Benz to Boyer. Boyer with a grounder to Richardson. Richardson will come up and field it. Fields it cleanly, gets it over to first. That's the second out. Eddie Stanky, batting 319. No home runs this season, but a nice 319 average. And it's a grounder to Fregosi at short. He'll throw it over to Spada. Oh, no, it's an error by Fregosi. That's his second error of the day to allow Stanky to reach first. I wonder if the hook is out by the manager for Fregosi, maybe to put in a different second baseman. That is terrible. Tony Gwynn, the leadoff man for the Canada, who's already 1 for 1, has a 15-game hitting streak going. Benz will deliver to Gwynn. Gwynn, this is going to be a pop-up towards shortstop. Fregosi does make the grab. You don't know anymore in this game with him, so we got to be careful calling that too early. We go to the bottom of 2 as that was the third out rather. 1 hit, no hits. It was an error that had that runner on base. Okay, Cruz, Longoria, and Fosse all due up for the Vegas Stars. Nelson Cruz has no average and only 3 at-bats so far for the Vegas Stars. And he'll go down on strikes. That is the third strikeout here for Newhouser in the second inning. Evan Longoria batting a 276 with 2 home runs. The lefty to Longoria. Longoria will drive this one into deep left field. K-line all the way back to the corner. Makes a fantastic grab. That's his second out. Another solid shot there by Longoria this time. Caught in the corners. We're seeing some good outfield play. Ray Fosse. Ray Fosse batting a 0.63 ERA. 32 at-bats, but only 2 hits. Here's the pitch to Fosse, and he'll go down on strikes, so that average just got worse. Curious to see how low that can go before it gets better. We go to the top of 3. Sullivan will lead it off for the Canada A's, who lead the game 1-0. Benz pitches to Sullivan. Sullivan drives it, grounder to Richardson. Richardson scoops it up, throws it to Cepeda. That's the first out. Sam Chapman, 1 for 1 in the game. Receives the pitch from Benz, and that's a down first base line as a grounder down in foul territory. The 1-2 pitch now to Chapman. And this is into shallow center field. Cedeno giving chase. Comes up almost to the dirt to grab that one for the second out. Albert Pujols with 2 outs from Benz. Big, deep fly ball in center field. Cedeno this time has to run backwards towards the track to make this grab for the third out. We go to the bottom of 3. Fregosi, Richardson, and then we wrap back to the top of the lineup. Cedeno. Fregosi has a chance to make up for some of his errors. He's coming in with a 0 average and 11 at-bats. Bernie, are we sure that this is right? Is this your lineup? I just want to make sure. All right, Newhouser delivers. Fregosi will drive this one into deep right field, but Gwynn, near the track, makes the grab for the first out. We're down to the last batter of the lineup for the Vegas Stars, the 9th batter, Bobby Richardson, batting 222 this season. The pitch to Richardson. Richardson gets a hit. This is going to get past Segura at short. K-line will come up and field that one. It's a single for Richardson. 1 out. We're back to the top of the lineup for Cesar Cedeno, who is 0 for 1. The pitch, Cedeno, shortstop, Segura. This time he's going to make the error. Whoa, what is going on with these shortstops today? Maybe the sun's in their eyes? I don't know, but Cedeno reaching on an error. Richardson all the way to gets to second. With only one out, the tying run standing on top of second base for Max Carey, who is 0 for 1 so far in this game. The 1-1 pitch to Carey. Carey drives this one into deep left field. This could, no, Kaline makes it at the wall. Richardson will tag and then gets thrown out at third. Kaline makes the throw. Wow, what a play that was to end that inning and end the threat from the Vegas Stars. We go to the top of 4. Incredible play there to get that second out, that tag out at third after the tag. Kaline will lead it off rather for the Canada A's here in the top of 4. Benz delivers. Kaline. It's a strike, but it's a drop third strike. But Fosse picks it up, throws to first to get the runner. Mark McGwire, 0 for 1 so far in the game. Here's the pitch to McGwire. It's a grounder to Longoria. Longoria across the diamond. Cepeda will glove it. That's the second out. Segura now up to the plate. And a grounder to Cepeda. He'll pick this up and cover the bag himself. That'll be the third out. We go to the bottom of 4. All right, Newhouser will still on the mound. He's going to face off against Cepeda, Ortiz, and then Cruz for the Vegas Stars. Cepeda is 1 for 1 so far in the game. He doubled his last at bat. This time he goes down on strikes. The 5th strikeout for Hal Newhouser in the game. David Ortiz, 0 for 1. The pitch to Ortiz. He gets struck out. Another drop strike. But Sullivan recovers it, throws to Pujols to get the runner. With 2 outs, in comes Nelson Cruz. The pitch to Cruz. Big deep fly ball into left field, foul territory. Kaline will come and make it in time to make that grab for the third out. We go to the top of 5. Canada 1, Stars 0. Boyer, Stanky, and Gwynn will all see action this half inning. To Boyer. He goes down on strikes. That's the 3rd strikeout by Joe Benz in this game. Eddie Stanky, the last batter in the lineup for the Canada A's. Drives this one into shallow left field. Carey runs up, makes the grab. That's the second out. Tony Gwynn, who is now 1 for 2. The 2-2 pitch and into left center field. Cedeno will come over from center field to grab it, to field it. Gets it back to Fregosi, holding Gwynn at second. That's the second hit of the day for Gwynn. Now comes Billy Sullivan. Billy Sullivan 0 for 2. The pitch from Benz. And a hard grounder, Cepeda. He'll pick it up, run it to the bag himself. That will be the third out. We go to the bottom of 5. Evan Longoria to lead it off for the Stars. Here is the 0-2 pitch to Longoria, and he goes down on strikes. That is Hal Newhouser's 7th strikeout of the game. Now to face off against Ray Fosse. The 3-0 pitch, and this will walk Fosse. 4 straight balls by Newhouser after the last strikeout to put a runner on first. Now faces Jim Fregosi. He's got 2 errors so far in the game and no hits. In fact, his average is still 0. To Fregosi, a grounder to Boyer at third. Boyer's going to get Fregosi at first. Fosse will make it to second. That's the second out, though. And that brings up Bobby Richardson, the last batter in the lineup for the Vegas Stars. The 0-1 pitch. Richardson into foul territory. That's going to get into the stands. Pujols unable to get to that. The 0-2 pitch to Richardson. And it's a grounder towards Stanky. Stanky picks it up, fields it in time, gets it to Pujols. For the third out, we go to the top of 6. Chapman, Pujols, and Kaline all due up for Canada. Chapman 1 for 2. Here's the pitch to Chapman. He gets another hit. This is going to get into left center field against the wall. Chapman with a stand-up double. His 10th double of the season. So with a leadoff double, no outs for Albert Pujols. Will they put him on first? And of course they do. They put Pujols on. That brings up Al Kaline now with runners on first and second. He does have 24 RBIs. No outs for Kaline. Here's the pitch. He'll take this one into shallow right field. Cruz has to come up near the foul line to grab that one. Nowhere near deep enough for Chapman to tag and make it to third. That's the first out for for Mark McGwire now, who's 0 for 2 in the game. The pitch to McGwire, and this one is going to be deep into right field. Cruz has to give chase to this one. He will grab it. Chapman's going to tag. No, he's going to hold up. So again, not deep enough for Chapman. I don't know, maybe Chapman put some pounds on and doesn't feel like he can run fast enough. Went nowhere on that. Looked like it was deep enough into right field. He could have at least made it to third. I'm not sure what's going on. Maybe he's got a foot injury. Who the hell knows? Jean Segura comes up to plate with 2 outs now. Pujols on first, Chapman on second. Benz delivers to Segura. This is going to get, it's going to get between Fregosi and Richardson into center field. And that's going to allow the runner to round 3. Chapman, who did not want to run to get to third, tagging it, does take round third, though, on that shallow hit in the center field for the score. Canada now up by 2. Ken Boyer, 0 for 2. Grounder to Cepeda. He'll pick this one up. Take it to the bag himself for the third out. We go to the bottom of 6, where the Canada A's lead the Vegas Stars 2-0. Cesar Cedeno is now up to the plate. 0 for 2 so far. And it's a grounder towards Boyer down third base line. That's a foul ball. So he's now facing the 1-2 count. Here's the pitch. It's a grounder to Stanky at second. He picks it up, throws to Pujols in time for the first out. Max Carey, 0 for 2. Takes the pitch. It's a short grounder. Pujols picks it up and then chases him to the bag, but Carey, faster than Pujols, will make it. Call that one an infield single for Carey. Carey with a huge lead off of first as Orlando Cepeda is waiting for the pitch. Newhouser, the lefty, though, keeping a close eye on Carey. What's he going to do here? He's going to deliver. Carey's off and running, but it's a hit and run. Segura picks it up, throws to Pujols to get the batter, but Carey will make it to second. So with 2 outs, David Ortiz, the designated designated hitter and the cleanup man for the Vegas Stars. And Newhouser throws back to second to keep Carey a little closer. Here's the pitch to Ortiz. And Ortiz goes down on strikes. That'll end that inning. And you can hear the disappointment in the crowd as they don't like what they're seeing from the Vegas Stars. The hometown fans not giving them any kind of relief here. Eddie Stanky, the 9th batter, will lead it off for Canada. Here's the pitch to Stanky. It's a grounder to Richardson. Richardson makes a fantastic play. Diving play, throws it, tosses it over to Cepeda. Stanky out at first. Great play by Bobby Richardson. Gwynn, who's already 2 for 3, having a great day today. And he's going to get his 3rd hit of the game as this gets over Cepeda's head and into right field. Tony Gwynn now 3 for 4 today. Billy Sullivan, on the other hand, is 0 for 3. Gwynn with a nice lead off of first. Benz looks at him. There goes Gwynn. It's another hit and run. This one is going to be a grounder to Richardson. He's going to get the batter at first, but Gwynn able to get to second. Sam Chapman having almost as good a day as Tony Gwynn. He's 2 for 3. He has a chance of going 3 for 4 here. Here's the pitch. They're just going to walk him. They're not even going to give him a chance. That's an interesting. So you walk Chapman and to face off against Albert Pujols, who they intentionally walked last time he was at bat. All right, so to Pujols. Pujols, a grounder back to the mound. Benz will field that one and throw over to first. That's the 3rd out. It's the 7th inning stretch. All right, quick look at the chat. It's pretty quiet over there. So we'll continue on. It's the bottom of the 7th inning. Canada Stars, I'm sorry, the Canada A's have 6 hits, 2 runs, and 1 error. The Vegas Stars have 3 hits, no runs, 2 errors. Canada leads 2-0 here in the bottom of 7. Nelson Cruz to lead it off for the Stars. There we go. The 2-0 pitch. Cruz drives this one into deep left field. Oh, at the wall for Kaline. Makes that grab. Wow. Big out there by Kaline. Looked like it might have gone over his head. And that brings up Evan Longoria, looking for his first hit of the game. Instead, he gets walked. Ray Fosse now up. Longoria on first. Here's the pitch to Fosse. Fosse will, it's a comebacker to the mound. Newhouser will grab this one, throws it over to Pujols to get Fosse out at first. Longoria makes it to second with 2 outs. Jim Fregosi now back up to the plate, trying to get something going. He could use a hit right about now. Newhouser delivers to Fregosi. It's a full count, and he's going to get walked. So that's the second walk of this inning for Newhouser, who's been having a great game, striking out 8 so far. 95 pitches here through 7. Bobby Richardson is 1 for 2. The pitch to Richardson. Oh, it's a tiny grounder to Stanky. Stanky picks it up, makes the throw to Pujols. That's the third out. We go to the top of 8. Al Kaline, Mark McGwire, and Gene Segura all due up for the Canada A's. Kaline is hitless, 0 for 3 so far in this game. Here's the 0-2 pitch. He'll take this one into center field. Cedeno up into his left to grab that one for the first out. Mark McGwire also hitless, 0 for 3 in this game. The 2-0 pitch. And this time he is going to get a hit. This gets down into left field. Carey will field this one. Poor play by Longoria. Not an error, but a poor play. So a hit for McGwire. That brings up Segura, who's 1 for 3. And only 1 out. Benz delivers to Segura. Segura will take this one into left field. Carey once again picks this one up. Gets it back to Fregosi at cutoff. Runners now on first and second for Ken Boyer with 1 out. Ken Boyer 0 for 3 in the game. And here's the pitch to Boyer. It's a grounder to Fregosi. Fregosi will take it to the bag himself. Throws over to 1. It's a close play. Not in time. Boyer will reach. Fregosi tried to make that double play. At least he was able to field it cleanly that time and try and make a play out of it. But that's 2 outs now for the Canada A's, Boyer at first, McGwire at third for Eddie Stanky. Eddie Stanky looking pretty stanky, 0 for 3 today. Here's the pitch. And it's a grounder back to the Benz at the mound. He'll pick it up. Stanky now 0 for 4 as we go to the bottom of 8. We are at the top of the lineup for the Vegas Stars. Cedeno, Carey, and Cepeda all due up. Vegas needs some hits going here. It's into right field. No, Gwynn gets into foul territory to make that grab for the first out. Max Carey, who does have 1 hit so far in this game. One of the few hits that the Stars have. And he's going to get walked. So that'll set something up here for Cepeda, who also has 1 of the 3 hits so far in the game for the Stars. Can he move Carey? Well, Carey's taking a huge lead against Newhouser. He decided to go nowhere. Cepeda gets struck out. That's 2 outs. Carey went nowhere. But we're to the David Ortiz, the designated hitter, the cleanup man for the Vegas Stars. David Ortiz 0 for 3. Boy, he's struggling at the plate. Newhouser over to first to try and hold Carey. Carey said, I'm not afraid of you, and I'm going to take a bigger lead than I did last time. Carey with a huge, huge, huge lead at first. And he looks like he's off. Oh, a nice hit by Ortiz will get into right field over the first baseman's head. Carry around second. Makes it to third. So Ortiz, Tony Gwynn made a poor play on the ball. Was unable to field it cleanly, allowing Carey to get all the way to 3. Ortiz with a nice single there when he needed it, when the Stars needed it the most. That run right there puts them within 1 if Nelson Cruz can get him home. Nelson Cruz 0 for 3, looking for his first hit. And it ain't going to happen because that was another strikeout. And we're off to the top of 9 where the Canada A's still lead 2-0. Tony Gwynn, top of the lineup for the Canada A's, 3 for 4, having an all-star day today. And this is the 4th hit by, what just happened? Oh, I'm sorry. That was a liner. He made the catch. I thought it got down, but it didn't. Carey makes that grab, that shoelace grab to get that out. Nice job, Carey. Brings up Billy Sullivan batting second. He is 0 for 4. And this is going to be a grounder towards second. Richardson to his right. Makes the grab. Throws it to Cepeda. That's the second out. Sam Chapman 2 for 3 in this game. The 1-2 pitch. Chapman gets it down. That's his 3rd hit of the game. He's 3 for 4. So Gwynn and Chapman having fantastic days today. Brings up Albert Pujols with 2 outs. Chapman no threat to steal. Bends to Pujols. Pujols pops this one up towards Fregosi at shortstop. Hold your breath. He makes the grab, and that'll be the 3rd out. I'm sure Bernie was probably wiping some sweat there from his brows, wondering if Fregosi was going to catch that one with the day he's had. We go to the bottom of 9. The Vegas Stars need 2 now, at least 2 now, to keep this thing alive. Longoria, Fosse, and the ever-popular Fregosi here in Vegas all due up. Newhouser to Longoria. Longoria is going to get a base hit. This is going to get in right center field. Chapman will come from center field to field this. We'll pick it up. Longoria with a leadoff hit. Ray Fosse. I'm kind of surprised. We'll see what happens here. Are we going to see some pinch hitters? If we're going to see them, we should see them now because heaven knows we could. Vegas Stars could use some here. Fosse with that 0.59 batting average. 0 for 2 today. Nope, he's staying in. A grounder to Pujols. Pujols to Segura. Segura back to Pujols. And ouch. That's an inning killer right there. And now with 2 outs, Jim Fregosi up to the plate. 13 at-bats so far here for Vegas Stars this season. No hits. Newhouser to Fregosi. He goes down on strikes. Boy, that was an ugly game for the Vegas Stars, who lose 2-0. Canada, 9 hits, 2 runs, 1 error. Vegas, 5 hits, 0 runs, 2 errors. Batting highlights. Well, Tony Gwynn went 3 for 5. Chapman went 3 for 4. Segura went 2 for 4. No home runs by the Canada A's. Over on Vegas, well, we don't have any hitting lineups for Vegas in this game, guys. I apologize for that one. No home runs either, of course. Newhouser went the distance, 5 hits, no earned runs. Throws the shutout. 11 strikeouts for Newhouser, 4 walks. Benz went the distance, but he allowed 9 hits, 2 runs, 2 of those earned. 2 walks and 3 strikeouts. I don't think it's any great mystery of who's going to be the MVP of this game, but we will take the look and confirm it was Hal Newhouser. So that was a big win by Canada, with Chicago dropping 2 in a row. That's going to close the gap up a little bit for Canada, but Vegas drops a little bit farther behind. Liverpool at San Fran. Liverpool beats San Fran 6-1. Wyatt with his first win would go 6-4. All right, we're going to sim a couple more days here. I'm getting a little dry throat. I really did want to do a Chicago at Mid-Michigan, but David's not here and my throat is getting a little sore. So we unfortunately are going to sim them. Chicago beats Mid-Michigan after dropping 2 to them. Tiant goes 9-2, Morris to 2-4, Brett 3 for 5 and a home run. 17th home run of the season for George Brett. The Kitsunes at Hadley Lake again. This time Hadley Lake, I think, swept, if I'm not mistaken, swept the Kitsunes 6-4 today. Plank goes 5-2, Cat goes 1-5. Dallas at Fort Lee. Fort Lee beats Dallas 7-5. Key is 4-5 of the season. Rourke goes 2-4 for the season. Fournier 3 for 4 with a home run, his 16th of the season and 2 RBIs. Can Vegas bounce back against Canada? No, Canada shuts out Vegas twice in a row. 5-0. Richard goes 7 for 4. 7-4 in the season. Waddell 0 for 1. And no other highlights in that game. All right, we go to Saturday. I'm going to go ahead and just we'll do Saturday, and I think I'll stop it there. Normally we go through Sunday, but my throat is starting to get a little sore here, and I want to leave some good games. It's a new crop of games and teams, and maybe somebody wants to pick this up on Sunday for some of these games. Chicago at Hadley Lake. Chicago beats Hadley Lake 3-1. Rixey goes 9-2. Bender 0-1. Canada at Mid-Michigan. Oh, a huge win by Canada, 10-2 over Mid-Michigan. Carleton goes 10-3 on the season. Verlander 5-2. Verlander, excuse me. Boyer goes 2 for 5 with a home run and a triple. Florence at Marshfield. Marshfield 5, Florence 1. Chico's at Manchester. Chico's drops it to Manchester. Chico's struggling bad. Higby 2-0. Felipe 4-6. Blech. Lancaster at St. Pete. Lancaster beats St. Pete 4-1. Miller goes 4-6 on the season. Vandermeer goes 3 for 5. Edmonton at Brooklyn. Brooklyn beats Edmonton 8-4. Givens 3-1 for the season. Koosman 7-4. Gordon goes 2 for 3 with a home run and 2 RBIs. D-Gens at Fort Lee. D-Gens 4, Fort Lee 1. Joss goes 4-8. Peterson to 2-4. Pinson 3 for 5 with a home run. Hagerstown at T-ville. T-ville beats Hagerstown 3-2. Mays 4-3. Kimbrough 1-2. Banks goes 2 for 4 with a home run. Lehigh gets shut out by Dallas. Wow. So Tannehill gets a huge win over Lehigh. Takes him to 4-8 in the season. Brown goes 8-2. Only the second loss for Mordecai Three-Finger Brown. Perez goes 2 for 3 with a home run. Liverpool at Cleveland, Liverpool with a win. 2-1. Santana goes 1-0 on the season. Walsh goes to 3-5. Jackson. Shoeless Joe, 3 for 4 with a home run and a stolen base. The Amazing Kitsunes at Vegas. Vegas beats the Amazing Kitsunes. Boy, Amazing Kitsunes are on a bad losing streak now. Vegas needed that win really badly. Nathan to 3-0. Lee to 7-5. Cepeda 3 for 4 with a home run. And finally, to round out Saturday, Long Island at San Fran. Long Island beats San Fran. Lehigh continues to stretch out their lead here. 9-6 Long Island over San Fran. Wahlberg 2-1. Kovalevsky 7-5. So through May 4th, let's take a quick look at the standings. In the Earth Division, Liverpool extends their lead a little bit. They're now up by 6 over Long Island. In the Wind Division, Lehigh up 5.5 over San Fran. In the Fire Division, Chicago leading Canada only by 3. And over in the Water Division, Mid-Michigan with only a half-game lead over Hadley Lake. So it's kind of starting to get down to 2-horse races. Well, in some of these divisions, other divisions, that lead just keeps extending. We'll see what happens there. Let's take some quick look at some at the snapshot, see what we got going on here. Jackson, the batting leader for Liverpool with a 380. Appier, the pitching leader. I'm sure Bernie wishes he could clone him about 2 or 3 times with a beautiful 134 average ERA, Valdez, however, for Vegas is also up there with a 201. Home runs, Williams leads with 19. Wins, Carlton for Canada has 10. Lehigh, Mays, 51 runs batted in. Nathan for Vegas has 12 saves. 22 stolen bases for Larkin. Strikeouts, 140 for Vance with Dallas. Williams has a nice slugging percentage of 752 for San Fran. And opponents average against Richardson for Canada with a 169. Team batting, Liverpool with a 278. Team pitching, Canada with a 264. And team fielding goes to Chicago, 993. All-stars are shown here. I'm not going to go through every one of those. Right now, the MVP stands for Ted Williams from San Fran. Pitching, the Cy Young Award right now is going to Steve Carlton in Canada. And the leader for the Manager of the Year, David the Mullet Lando. All right, I am going to wrap this one up today. My throat is getting very tired. I apologize for that. I would like to have thrown maybe another game in there. Quick shout out and thank you to Jamie, Steve, Mike, David. Speaking of David Lando, there he is. Bernie was in the house. Thank you, Bernie. We also saw Dwayne. Appreciate it coming by. Yoko was here, but he went off to work. Aaron was here for a while. I don't know that he stuck around. Hopefully he'll get some games in. And Mike Silva was the first into the park. Thanks. Thank you all for being here. I hope everybody enjoyed the stream. Football is obviously started up now with the Dream Leagues. That has taken up a lot of time over the past few days. But trust me, we did not forget about baseball. Baseball is not going anywhere. We're in the third season, almost halfway through, and we are going to keep this one going for sure. A lot of us seem to have lost our lives on these Dream Leagues. Big, huge shout out to Big Clue and Steve Tate for putting all of these leagues together. More fun than we should be allowed to have. I don't think any of us deserve this much fun. That the basketball league, I believe Bernie is going to be doing some basketball. He's going to round out the month of November in the Court of Dreams Basketball League. And the Gridiron of Dreams is just getting, as I said, started up. We've got about 8 teams, I believe, who've got their rosters in. Draft is done. Some people have been kicking around some games on that one, some preseason games to see how their teams look. And that's been fun already, and a big talk in the. So if anybody comes by, if you come by this, look for us in the Discord. Come on by. Join us. Maybe you can get a spot on one of these leagues, whether you like football, basketball, baseball. Hang around long enough, we might get a horseshoes league going. To everybody, thanks again for coming by. I really enjoyed doing this stream. We needed to get some more games in. I'm glad we did. I look forward to the next stream from somebody for these and Bernie's stream later on for basketball. Good afternoon, all.